Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Lisa, Best Life Lee. Well, I wanted to start this video out by thanking you all so much for the heartfelt condolences and love in response to my community post last Saturday about the passing of Choo Choo. I'm in her corner here. She was a sweet bird that I feel so blessed to have had in my life for so long. She was 22, as far as I know. She was probably a little older than that. I've had her for 22 years, and in birdie years, that's 106 years old. So I was blessed to have her. She stayed around probably a lot longer than most. I had a derby party scheduled for Saturday, the day after. And of course, you know, I didn't cancel that or anything. And when you are feeling down, having your friends around is really the greatest medicine that you could be blessed with. So I did have my derby party, and I'm going to be sharing with you in this video what I made for food, how I prepared for the day, and how I decorated. And I will share bits from the actual party. I enjoyed it so much, and it was so much fun. So you won't be doing a derby party this year, but you may be doing one next year. So hopefully you will be able to get some tips from this video and use some of the ideas and products. I bought everything from Amazon that I used to decorate. Mostly there were some Etsy things too, and I will definitely link everything that I used if it's not exactly there when you're doing your derby party, your Kentucky Derby party. I'm sure there will be something similar. So enjoy the video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you soon. So the first thing that we're going to do is decorate a derby hat. I got this one from Amazon, and I picked up these really pretty silk roses and some feathers that I thought would be really pretty, along with this ribbon and pearl garland. And I'm going to wrap the ribbon and pearl garland around the base of the hat. And unfortunately, my camera didn't record while I was doing that, but I basically just wrapped it around a few times and tied it in a bow at the back. And now I'm just going to glue on 3 of these roses that I'm using 2 red and 1 white, and I'm just kind of putting it in between the ribbon and the pearl so that that ribbon and pearl will kind of show through the roses. And I'm just using my hot glue gun and just attaching the roses there on top of the bow that came on the hat itself. And you can see that I have some of that ribbon hanging down. So now I'm just going to glue the feathers all into the hat behind where I glued the roses. So I'm just basically putting a little bit of glue on the end of the feather and then just sticking it in so that it can kind of fan across the back of the hat. So it looks really pretty, I think, and the embellishment really adds to the hat. And then I added in just a couple of the little pearl strands. I cut them off the ribbon, and now I just kind of putting them in the bottom here just to give it a little bit more embellishment to what came with the hat. And I'm gluing in just one pearl just to make sure that it stays in place. And it did stay in place. It didn't move. The hat was beautiful on the night of the party, and it still looks great. So you can see I did my embellishments, and I think that the hat came out so pretty. It was so fun to wear. Looks really, really great. I just absolutely love how it came out, and it wasn't a lot of work. I'll show you my decorations, and I also ordered some actual bourbon balls from a Kentucky bakery off Etsy, but I just decorated with some Derby prize ribbons that I picked up at the party store. I ordered a cake. It's red velvet cake. And I got some napkins and some plates, paper plates off Amazon. And I just did a pretty theme. I ordered these two runners from Amazon. It has the run for the roses and the horses. I picked up these little horseshoes from Etsy, little picks. I picked up roses from my grocery store, and I just tied some gingham ribbon around some mason jars to create a vase. You can see the runners are just so pretty with the theme of the Kentucky Derby on them. And we also did some bedding, and I had the horses' names all on those tickets, and we each chose four. And this little guy came across at Big Lots. He was just sitting on a shelf, and he was the perfect find for my Kentucky Derby party. And no Derby party would be complete without some mint julep, and you have to use the good stuff, the good bourbon. So I'm making a mint julep punch to take away the punch of the bourbon. So I added in frozen lemonade, frozen limeade, 2 cups of water, 1 cup of pineapple juice, and it called for 1 cup of orange juice as well. This punch came out so delicious. Everyone loved it. I'm adding in some simple syrup here. It's still hot because I made it at the last minute, but the other ingredients are cool, so it was fine. Normally you'd want your simple syrup to be at room temperature. So I'm adding in my bourbon. It calls for 2 cups. I'm not a bourbon drinker, so this was a new experience for me. I didn't realize it was going to be the whole pint, a little less than 2 cups. But you know what? I needed to make a real mint juleps for this derby party, so I used the real good stuff. And you should use the good stuff because it made for a very smooth drink. And I'm adding in some mint leaves. I'm just kind of squeezing them to get out the essential oils from the leaf. And I am going to give it a taste. Yep, we can taste the bourbon, but it is a delicious punch for a Kentucky Derby party. It was the perfect mint julep. All right, now the other thing that is a must-have at a Kentucky Derby party is something called hot brown dip. And it's cheesy and got bacon and tomatoes. And I figured in this post-COVID world, some people might not want a community type dip. So what I'm doing is I found a recipe for hot brown sandwiches. And these are made on these little Hawaiian mini slider buns. And it's a very simple to make. And it tells you not to separate them. I guess you can cut them when they're all done, but I like to just separate them in the beginning. So I'm adding some Gruyere cheese, Gruyere. I'm not sure how to say that, but it's little slices that I cut into fours each slice. So I have enough, and then some thinly sliced turkey on top of your cheese, then a little slice of tomato. And I do have a girl coming who's a vegetarian, so she doesn't get the turkey and she doesn't get the bacon, but I am adding bacon to these little sliders as well. And I used a pre-cooked bacon just to make it easy on myself. And now I'm just topping it with Parmesan cheese. So yummy little sliders. These could be perfect just like that. So then I'm just going to add the little top of my buns, and I'm going to put these aside until I'm ready to put them in the oven. But what you do with these is you top them. This is what makes the hot brown sliders. You melt 2 sticks of butter, and then I'm going to show you what will be added to the butter. once it's melted. And this is some Dijon mustard, some minced onion, and I doubled the recipe because I made 24 instead of 12 little sandwiches. Some Worcestershire sauce, some brown sugar, and some minced garlic. And so now you just add all these ingredients to the melted butter. And then I'm just gonna stir this all together, get it nice and mixed in with my melted butter. And then I'm just gonna end up putting this on the stovetop just to wait until I'm ready to pour this over my sandwiches. And then I'm gonna bake it in the oven, 15 minutes covered with aluminum foil, and then 10 minutes without the foil to get the tops nice and brown and crispy. So I'm ready for my guests. Let's let the party begin. We're gonna pick our horses, we're gonna make our bets, but it's really kind of fun because you don't have to know anything. All right.
Catching Freedom, number 4.
Number 4.
Door knock. Oh, door knock, number 1.
Door knock,
Number
number 1.
one.
That's the inside horse.
Margaret, choose your first one. These are your bets. We're gonna all we're taking 4, but we're gonna all go around. So, see what you got.
Oh, I spent all night researching my horse.
No,
I wanted
it's
to bet on.
And what number did you get, Margaret?
What's your first horse?
Forever Young.
Woo!
Oh, that's a good one.
Good.
I
That's
love
a
that.
really good
That
one.
has a chance.
And what is the number? Does it say number
It's
2?
number 11.
Number 11.
But 4.
For a young.
Epic Ride,
Epic Ride.
number 21.
Number
that was
21.
One of the ones I would have selected, but
Oh,
I really
really?
wanted Mystic Dance.
All right, well, you got time. All right, let's see which one I get. The who? Encino, number 9.
Casino, number 9.
Is he a good one?
I don't know the.
Come on, babe.
I follow sports, but not horse racing.
Trifecta. I love the paper.
Thank you.
Stronghold, number 18.
Stronghold, number 18.
Oh, this one I've been thinking about. What is it?
That's-
Fierceness is the one they say should win.
What's his name?
Fierceness.
Fierceness.
But it
I've been
probably
reading
won't.
about it.
Fierceness.
It's a
So
lot of
you
hype.
got
Margaret's-
it. You got
Good
it.
ones.
Woohoo!
Lisa's third pick.
Oh, that's what I'm gonna call you from now on, society man.
We wrote these all out last week.
Mine is 2 password. Number 10.
What's it
Number
called?
10. 2
Yeah,
password.
2
Two
passwords.
passwords. I don't remember writing that.
Yeah, I remember you telling me.
Look at this one
about
coming
that.
down the stretch.
All right, here comes the last one.
In an hour, everybody be yelling for their horse.
I know.
Into the mix. Strongholds in the lead.
I knew it was going to be some long shot.
Wow.
They're going to just steal.
Fierceness is in first place. Number 2. Who won?